Welcome to Wednesdays with Weingartz. I'm Ron Weingartz. Today I'm here to talk about the Echo Bearcat chipper shredders. Echo Bearcat makes a wide range of chipper shredders for all different types of applications. But what's nice with all their units, they're still built at a much higher level than what you'll see a lot of chipper shredders. And by that you'll see, heavier frames, nice heavy greasable bearings supporting the rotor, more powerful engine than what you'll see in most units. But what really makes this perform much better than comparable chippers in its size is their rotor. This is one of their smaller machines, and this is a 22-pound rotor. So depending on the model, they get up, 40 pounds and heavier. A lot of them will just use just a stamped piece of metal. So you really don't have the momentum to chip. And that's a big part of chipping. So horsepower is important, but you need that momentum from the weight of the rotor to really do an effective job chipping. This is a heavy rotor. The other thing you'll see is chipper knives that are reversible. So once one side wears, you can flip them over and use the other side. They all use a 2 chipping knife system versus 1. So it's a smoother chipping effect than the one-bladed system. And you also see the shredding. They're serrated, free-swinging knives. So the serrated edge does a better job cleaning than a non-serrated edge. And these are swinging hammers, so if you do hit something solid, it just flings without doing any damage to the unit itself. So with all these units, they have the chipper. This particular unit is a 3-inch capacity. And then your shredder, feeding the shredder knives. So this would be for your debris, leaves, garden waste, those kind of things that you want to shred. And then the chipping would be for your wood pieces, is where you'd use the chipper. They all have a very nice, easy system for engaging the rotor assembly, just an over-centered pulley. Very simple but effective. So when you release it, it makes the engine easier to start because there's no load on the engine. And then when it's engaged, it's just an over-centered design. So simple but very, very, very effective. They do offer tow hitch assemblies for the push unit. So if you want to tow it out to your site with your lawn tractor or zero-turn mower, that's an option. And then some of the larger units actually have full trailer assemblies. From there, we do have, this is a three-point chipper, so this will mount to your Category 1 3-point hitch. So you see it's built just like the smaller units, but more shredding knives, larger, heavier flywheel. So this is rated at a 5-inch chipping capacity, and it'll handle the volume of debris quicker, because you're going to have more power with a tractor-mounted unit. Another thing I want to point out, they'll come standard with their larger hole design. So what that does for your debris, basically the debris has got to be small enough to fit through these holes. So if you want smaller, if you want to ground up finer, they have optional smaller holes. But there's also, if you use a smaller hole and if you get into something that's very wet, it's going to plug up, and that's why they kind of, this is a good all-around pattern. And they even have a coarser design with an elongated hole, so if you get into that stringy substance where you're not worried maybe about shredding it is fine, but that'll process it quicker. They'll just come out in longer strands. So they have different optional screens depending on your application. And it's very easy, just one bolt holds it in place and it just kind of locks in place. So it's very easy to switch for different uses. So the Echo Bearcat, we've had them a long time, been around a long time. Just an excellent chipper shredder for that, for somebody who's looking something for a little better than your base units. It's a nice step up. Thanks for listening today.